Mentors, welcome back. We're still in that team building phase. Hopefully you're enjoying the team building activities with your kids. I know I've had a chance to go out in the field and it seems like they're having a great time. So again, want to remind you, kind of recap again, we're in that team building phase and that leadership development phase. So the team building activities are a high impact way of stimulating learning. So think about that. So take advantage of these team building activities because they really are a high impact way of stimulating learning. It also gives our kids an opportunity to, build those team building skills, those communication skills, those problem solving skills, and not to mention a sense of accomplishment as they're all working together towards a common goal. And don't forget, as we continue to, engage in these team building activities, to balance your teams carefully, right? So think about that balance. Balance your teams carefully. You don't want all your leaders on one team and then all your shy kids on another team, so think about that. Defining your roles up front, so if you have to split them up into groups, really now start working on getting them to define their roles. Hopefully now we're starting to learn, everyone's strengths and talents, what they bring to the table. Also, don't forget to allow them to start brainstorming. So before they jump into an activity, which our kids tend to do, because they're at that age right now where they just want to go for it, but maybe give them a minute to pause and think for a second what kind of idea or strategy they want to put into play. Also, think about this. I'm sure you're experiencing this already, but make sure that they're not just giving directions, but they're able to receive directions. All right, so not that they're just giving, but they're receiving direction, and then make sure everyone is heard. So you might have a little shy student sitting on the team who might be a natural born leader, might have a great idea. So don't forget, even the shy ones who are kind of standing on the sidelines, ask them for their thought, ask them for their opinion before you get the ball rolling. All right? So think about this at the end of the day before we dive into our activities. If motivated and inspired, your students will learn how to combine their talents to achieve more. And I want you guys to remember this. Think back to training. If everyone is always included, then everyone will feel a sense of involvement. And if you remember correctly, the 4 basic needs, thus satisfying the need of belonging. All right? So just some things to remember as we go through today's fun activity. So our main activity is called Pass the Cheese, but we're going to start off with the question of the day. So are you the type of person that appreciates other people's talents, or do you prefer to work alone? So are you one of those people who likes to work with other people and appreciates talent, the contributions of others, or do you prefer to work alone? It's probably going to be a great question in mentor support session. Me personally, I really do appreciate the talents and contributions of an entire team. So that's just my feedback, but it is fun working on a team, right? It's a lot of fun working on a team. So let's go on to our Energizer. So I have some folks here, of course you probably know or familiar with all the folks. Our actors, our thespians here at LATM. I have Natalie, Carlos, and Kawana. But our Energizer is called Emergency Evacuate. And basically you're going to read a scenario. So on your handout you have a scenario and it's about practicing the school's emergency exit in the event there's an emergency, right? However, there's a little catch. All right, there's a little catch. The exit is the size of this stretchy rope here. So we have some stretchy rope. You might get a stretchy band when you come out in the field. But you'll split your team into 2 groups. And the 2 groups, for the purpose of our video, they're going to be 1 group. All right, because they're going to compete against each other. You'll read that scenario out loud. You'll present your stretchy rope or your stretchy band. And then you'll explain to everyone that everyone has to get through the stretchy band safely, because it is a time competition. I think our kids might get a little excited and they could possibly get hurt. So make sure you emphasize, be safe. All right, so here are the rules. Here are the rules. Pay attention, all right? You can only touch the band with your hands. Can't touch it with any other body part, okay? Can only touch it with your hands. Once you let go, you cannot touch it again. So that's really going to require some teamwork. So once you let go, you cannot touch it again. All right, so those are all your rules. Everyone must get through the exit safely. They can only touch their hands, touch the rope using their hands. Once they let go, they're not allowed to touch the rope again. Those are all your rules. So this is really one of those team building activities where they got to think and strategize and figure out how to accomplish the goal. Again, a time competition. Let the first group go, time them, stop, and then let the next group go, and then you can go and play as many rounds as you choose. Are you thespians ready?
Yes.
All right, so you guys know the rules. I'm going to hand it over. Ready, set, go. And mentors, there is no wrong or right way, all right? So there is no wrong or right way. Very cool, very cool. All right, remember, once you let go of that rope, you can't touch it again. Nice. Oh, one more person to go. My teamwork students, you got the gist of it, but that was very good. Round of applause. Good job, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so that's your Energizer. Emergency, evacuate. Now this next one on paper might look a little complicated, but it's not that bad. It's pretty easy. It's called pass the cheese. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to get 4 cones, all right, and 2 hula hoops, all right. So 4 cones, all right, and 2 hula hoops. All right, you're going to create a square boundary with your cones. So you'll create a square boundary with your cones. One end will be your starting point, where you'll put a hula hoop, and then diagonally across you'll put your other hoop, which will be your finishing end, all right? So, you got that? So hopefully you can see here on the ground we've got our 4 hoops. Here, 4 cones, we have a hoop here. Inside this hoop will be all your miscellaneous objects. You'll have a frisbee, you'll have tennis balls, you'll have sponges, and you will have bean bags. I'm sure you've seen these recently. And then across, diagonally across, you'll have another hula hoop, but this one will be empty. So that's your starting point. The whole goal at the end of the day is to get those objects into this hoop. All right? So get those objects into this hoop diagonally across. However, there are some rules, and let's go over those rules really quickly before we bring back our teamwork students. All right? All right, so here are the rules. Everyone will choose a position. So how about I have you folks come back and choose a position. Now, we only have 3 players here. Of course, you'll have a lot more players when you're actually facilitating the activity. All right, so everyone will choose a position. Once they have chosen their position, ladies and gentlemen, they're not allowed to move. So it's not like I chose this corner and then I want to switch over here. Cannot do that. I got to stay here, so we're stationary. All right. Now, those objects that I showed you earlier, everyone must touch the object. So all of them have to touch the object. I might jump in on this one. So we all must touch the object. Objects cannot be passed to the left or to the right. So what option does that leave? Everything always has to go across. All right? So I can't pass it to my immediate right or to my immediate left. Everything must be thrown across. You guys together? You guys follow so far?
Yes.
All right, cool. Wow, they're fast learners. All right, here we go. What are our other rules? Objects, again, it must cross the boundary, the inside boundary. If dropped inside, it's a lost point. So let's say we throw one of the beanbags across and it didn't make it across, it's a lost point. So it's dead point, so they can't retrieve it. But let's say we're tossing and someone overthrows and it falls outside. Well, they can pick it back up, but it must go back to the beginning. And then they will, restart whatever that process is to get it to the end hoop. All right? So if dropped inside, dead. If dropped outside, it can be returned to its starting hoop. And they must go across, cannot go to the left or right. Those are your basic rules, all right? No stepping inside as well once we're playing. So they always got to stay on the perimeter of their square. So what you're going to do, you're going to play 3 rounds, 90 seconds. 90 seconds. Time it, ladies and gentlemen. 90 seconds. That's what will make it really fun. So 3 rounds of 90 seconds. And then there's a point system. So mentors, you guys might want to, somebody might be responsible for taking the points. And that is beanbags are 5 points. Tennis balls are 10 points. Sponges are 15 points. And the frisbee is 20 points. All right? So 5, 10, 15, 20. Pretty easy to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready?
Ready. Yes.
All right, let's see how many we can get over there in 20 seconds. Go.
Okay. Go.
Wait.
Go here.
Okay, you're across.
It's across. Oh gosh.
Cool. There you go. Bam. 10 seconds. Quick. Go. Why don't you keep going? We can go fast at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, dead point. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Good job. So that they can keep those objects going as quickly as they can, long as they don't drop them. All right. So I want to end on this note. You guys know I love ending on a great quote. Here's my quote for the day. A boat does not go forward if each person on the boat is rowing their own way. Again, a boat cannot go forward if each person on the boat is rowing their own way. So ladies and gentlemen, let's all row together. Will signing out.